So, what he told me is to say whatever I want. If we start like this, we shall never stop. And I'll tell you why. First of all, I would like to tell you how happy I am to share this day with you. Mr. President, Mrs. Ambassador, Mrs. President of the parents of the students, dear members of the General Assembly, you've done a fantastic job, congratulations. You have made your very first step to be in politics one day, and why not? Let me tell you that when I was asked to address this audience, this meeting today, I didn't know how to start and how to finish. Because if it was only for experience sharing, after what I have lived, believe me, I would need a lot of time. So I had to focus on something which might be of interest for all of you. So, being here, believe me, I warmly congratulate, first of all, this great institution, one of the most renowned in Greece, for organizing this very inspiring event. Yesterday I was supposed to address you on a video, but I prefer to have something more physical as a contact with you. So thank you very much for your warm welcome. The theme of this year's conference, Balancing and Finding Opportunities, resonates deeply in a world marked by rapid technological progress, global challenges, and unprecedented potential. In such a context, diplomacy, which was from the days I was still in high school, my favorite issue, that's why I had chosen to become a diplomat. In such a context, diplomacy, our ability to communicate, negotiate, and cooperate becomes even more crucial. Dear students, we live in turbulent times. We as a generation, we are the privileged generation of mankind history not to have lived a war. And we have taken it for granted. Today you see what's happening around us. Not far away from Greece, in the Middle East, in Central Europe, in other places of the world. And I believe that is the moment for humanity, for international organizations, for all global stakeholders to start thinking of what will be the legacy of our generation to your generation. So diplomacy, it helps to ensure that innovation and progress benefit everyone fairly, guiding us towards sustainable and inclusive growth. At this point, it is worth asking, what exactly is diplomacy? Why is it especially important today, as I mentioned before? And is pursuing a career in diplomacy is truly worthwhile, because I understand many of you may think, one day to become diplomats. So, can be defined as the practice of managing international relations through dialogue, negotiation, and cooperation among states. Can it work? It involves, my dear friends, promoting a country's interests through peaceful means, playing a central role in preventing conflicts and fostering relationships among nations. You're a generation that lives in a globalized world. It's good to know that you, more than our generation, you are citizens of the world. All these revolutionary developments in transport, telecommunication, internet, artificial intelligence, they have reshaped the world. In a world today experiencing profound challenges, including geopolitical tensions, climate change, and economic disparities, the importance of diplomacy cannot be overstated. Firstly, diplomacy is essential for conflict resolution. History teaches us that many wars and conflicts arise from misunderstandings and communication failures. Through diplomacy, countries have the opportunity to engage in dialogue, seek common ground, and work towards peaceful solutions. This is especially crucial today, with various hotspots around the globe where tensions can escalate quickly. Moreover, diplomacy also fosters international cooperation to address global issues that transcend borders. Problems, and I mentioned before, as climate change, public health crisis, and terrorism require a unified response from the global community. I have experienced it in my capacity, as was mentioned before, as European Commissioner for Migration and Security, counter-terrorism and all these very important issues. Believe me, this is where I realized that we need today more diplomatic efforts. Because even within the European Union, where we're supposed to be more united, there are different points of view and policies in addressing these issues. So cooperation, better understanding, and mutual cultural respect is at the basis of our efforts today. Diplomats often facilitate discussions and agreements that lead to concrete actions, such as treaties and coalitions, to tackle these pressing challenges. Their role in building partnerships can bring tangible benefits, not only to their home countries, but to the international community as a whole. Given these points, it brings us to an important question. Is it worth pursuing a career in diplomacy today? Because diplomacy, yes, has changed. It is not what it was 1 century ago. Today, everything has changed in this field. The answer to this is a resounding yes, albeit with some qualifications. A career in diplomacy can be incredibly rewarding for those who are passionate about global issues and international relations. Diplomats have a unique opportunity to influence policies of national governments and international organizations, shape the future of their countries, of course, and contribute to the betterment of the world. However, it is important to acknowledge that the landscape of diplomacy has evolved significantly in recent years. The rise of social media, digital communication, and non-state actors has transformed how diplomats' work is conducted. Today's diplomats must be adaptable, tech-savvy, and capable of navigating a complex and rapidly changing environment. Those entering into the field should be prepared to embrace new strategies and engage with diverse stakeholders. In conclusion, diplomacy remains a cornerstone of international relations and is crucial for maintaining peace and cooperation in our world. Because, my dear students, what has been said in the past that history repeats itself, it is not correct. Men repeat history very simply because they don't read it, they don't draw lessons out of it, and they don't use all these tools we are talking about today in order to foster better cooperation among countries and among peoples. For those who seek to make a difference and are willing to adapt to the challenge of modern diplomacy, a career as a diplomat can be immensely fulfilling and impactful. Speaking, as I said before, from personal experience, throughout my diplomatic career, I have witnessed firsthand dramatic international developments that have tested the resilience and ingenuity of nations. From tense negotiations to urgent crisis managers like the refugee crisis or the security crisis. I have been at the forefront of shaping responses and strategies addressing complex global challenges. One of the most rewarding aspects of my role was assisting Greek leaders in navigating crisis, whether responding to economic turmoil or regional conflicts. I learned the importance of diplomacy as a vital tool for resolving tensions and finding common ground. Each challenge brought valuable lessons about the significance of dialogue, the necessity of patience, and the power of collaboration. These experiences have proven invaluable in my political career. The insights I gained from negotiating with foreign counterparts and understanding diverse perspectives have equipped me to tackle domestic issues with a broader worldview. Because today, what is global immediately is becoming local. My time as a diplomat taught me that effective leadership is rooted in empathy and listening, not just to one's constituents, but also to voices from across the globe. As I close, I'm deeply grateful for the opportunities I have had as a diplomat. They enriched my journey, shaped my political philosophy, and strengthened my commitment to fostering cooperation and understanding in our ever-changing world. To all the students gathered here today, I would like to address you an encouragement to embrace diplomacy, whether formally or informally, as you step forward in life. Your generation holds the power to bring meaningful change. The world needs your voices, your fresh ideas, and your determination to create a more balanced and inclusive future. My dear students, thanks again for this invitation. As I said in the beginning, I prefer to have a physical contact with you instead of sending a video, and I'm more than happy to share these thoughts with you because I understand from what I was told that many of you are thinking of following an international career. And I think that you're the right ones from this very renowned institution to play a role for you and for your countries. Thank you very much for your attention.